Good Friday morning, everybody. It's finally Friday, which doesn't mean much to me because I'm working probably tomorrow and Sunday, but gotta do what you gotta do. But we are back out on another mowing slash, this is more like a brush cutting job. And it's pretty bad, but it's a property I've done before. It's not as bad as the first time I ever came here, but it's looking rough. So let's take a look at what we got. Alrighty, so if you guys remember, I did this lot about 1.5 years ago, and I did it with the John Deere and the MTL. So it's been about 1.5 years, and the first time I ever cut this, it was bad in here. It was really bad. It took me 8 hours, 7-8 hours with that machine to get this mowed down. That section through there was really bad. Some of this through here was bad, but you can see in that 1.5 years, this stuff has grown up. This is 6 feet tall. This is all 5-6 feet tall in here. Give you an example. So I mean, that's my hand right there straight out. You know, that's 5 feet, 6 feet. So this is gonna be a brush cutting job in here. This ain't no bush hog job. A lot of weeds, gum trees, blackberries, red maples, all kinds of stuff in here, little live oaks, all kinds of stuff. So that being said, instead of the Deere and the MTL, I got the ASV and the Mega Mower X in here today. So we're gonna see how long this takes. I'll have to look and remember. I think this is like, this L shape here is like 3.5 acres. I'm not doing any of this out here in the middle. I just called the client on that. The last time I came here, they had been growing soybeans in here. They'd already harvested them. And I called her and I said, you don't want me to mow this middle part? The farmer's taking care of that. And she said, yeah, don't worry about that. He should be doing whatever he's gonna do in here with that. So I don't have to do this middle part, just this L shape. And that's it. So this thing's warming up, and we're gonna get started. Let's get to it. Okay, so you might be wondering why I went this way when the most efficient way is to go that way, and the reason for that is because of the ditch there, the road, and then these hills. I guess when they dug this ditch or something, they piled up a bunch of stuff right here, and it's all along this edge too. Maybe it's when they stripped this field, I don't know. But there's a whole bunch of humps and hills and stuff through here. So this part I cut this way back to where I pretty much get the flat ground going this way off this, and then I can start running that way, and it gives me, you know, when I come back out this way, I've got a nice buffer between the machine and the road, you know, so I'm not throwing stuff right to the road. Instead of, you know, if I were to just go this way and drive straight to here, I'd be very close to the road, and I don't want to point the brush cutter necessarily at the road that close. So we just kind of skirt that ditch, go along there, work around those trees. I might have a little handwork to go around those trees just to clean them up a little bit where I couldn't quite get the machine, but other than that, that's good. So now we can start making our runs this way, and I'll probably just go to that tree line, make this long run all the way to that tree line that way, and then we'll cut the L, and I'll start right there, and then just make that short run back and forth, and this will be done. So let's get to it. Oh, look at the little white birds right there. So as I'm going through this brush, there's little bugs like grasshoppers and, you know, all kinds of bugs you want to talk about in all this brush. They're everywhere. And the birds, I'm stirring up all these bugs, little grasshoppers and stuff, and they're just coming through there just feasting on them. It's so funny to watch. And they're going right up to the brush cutter just like, man, whatever. But they are just feasting on the little bugs in there. So I'm just ready to watch them walk around. But they are loving me right now. But they better stay. Oh, look, here comes some more. They better stay back. They're gonna catch a piece of brush to the face if they're not careful. But damn, there's like, oh, there comes another one. Golly, there's probably 10 of them there now. They are just eating the hell out of these bugs. That's just so funny. Eat away, guys. I hate the bugs. Eat them up. in-cab commentary here with the mower. I'll try to talk over the noise of the machine, so if it sounds like I'm talking a little loud, I just want you to be able to hear me. But this thing is just kicking ass in here. And the reason for that, the main reason why this thing does so awesome in this thick material over other brush cutters, and you can see right here, I'll show you, that's a perfect, you can see that almost perfectly. Because this thing has an open back, so the front is open, and then also the back side is completely open. And it almost has this like V shape on the sides. So as that blade's coming around and eating everything, that grass and brush and stuff is windrowing out this side, and you can see that windrow right through there. As I've gone through there, it's just cutting everything, knocking it down, chewing it up, and just windrowing it right out the back. Instead of it getting caught up underneath the cutter and balling up and causing the cutter to slow down. The ability for that thing to just windrow that stuff right out the side and the back increases the efficiency of this thing dramatically. And that was one of the problems I always had with the MTL, especially cutting really thick grass, is it didn't have an open back. So that grass would get caught up in that back corner and just slow the blades down, and then you'd have to stop and back up and get it to blow everything out from up underneath it and then keep going. And that would happen a lot, especially in thick grass. With this thing, I drive and it cuts, and that's pretty much it. And I mean, it's just a hot knife. And don't get me wrong, is it slowing down a little bit? Of course, it's slowing down a little bit. I mean, it's taking on resistance, just like the mulcher would or any brush cutter would. But it's not stopping. It's not stopping at all. It's keeping that speed, it's keeping that momentum going to be able to just keep eating this stuff down, even when I get it into the dirt. Because it's just taking all that stuff, sucking it in, you can see it right there, and it's just windrowing it right out the back, and we just keep going. We just keep going, and the birds keep eating. They are eating the hell out of these grasshoppers and these other bugs. Look at them right there. They're just eating it up. They're loving me right now. I'm just laying out a buffet of bugs for them. Those birds probably came from a cattle ranch just down the road. That's the same cattle ranch I've done some work for down there. And super nice guy. He raises some really awesome beef cattle over there. And those birds hang around those cows a lot. Oh, there's a lot of stumps in here. Well, not a lot, but there's quite a few. That's really been the only, I guess, not really a problem, more like just like an inconvenience with the stumps. Let's see if I can stick the nose of this up underneath this tree. These low-hanging water oaks are kind of a pain in here. I don't like them. The last time I cut this, I had the drone out here, and I flew the drone. It was on autopilot. It was following me, and it went right into one of those trees and got caught up in it. I had a hell of a time getting it down. Oh. I've got to send the drone off. The gimbal on the camera is messed up. I haven't had a chance to get it sent off. You can hear it, it's slowing down a little bit, but it recovers very well, but it doesn't stop. It slows down, but it don't stop. speed, but it also has a lot of torque to keep that thing plowing through that material, even when it kind of starts to slow down. And that's that piston motor in this thing. That's the piston motor being able to do that for the most part. Watch out, birds! There's probably a dozen of them in here now eating these bugs. Oh! I'm gonna back up and try to keep my line somewhat straight. It's kind of getting a little wonky. I'm gonna back up. Straighten out my line a little bit. That's the biggest problem I have cutting these properties, like with these long runs sometimes, is, especially when you're working around these trees, it's not hard to get off your line and get wonky. Is that a word, wonky? I mean, Wonka's a word because that's the name of a chocolate factory guy. Guy owns a chocolate factory, so that's a word, or at least a name. They're not paying me to use this thing at all. They were like, you want to demo it? And I was like, hell yeah. Send it to me. And so the sales guy Aaron sent it to me, and I have been nothing but impressed with it. Nothing but impressed. So big thank you to Quick Attach for sending this thing to me and letting me use it, because I have definitely needed it, and I'm going to buy one. I've already talked to Aaron about it. Okay, this section is done. It took right at 2 hours. On my phone it was 2 hours and 20 minutes, but I guess if you want to call it like maybe 5-10 minutes to, you know, mess with the GoPros, I guess 2 hours and 10 to 15 minutes it took to do this section. I don't know how many acres this section was, but I think this whole thing's like 3.5 or 4 acres as far as the whole L, but I'm gonna go on Google Maps and I'll Google map it out and let you guys know. But yeah, through here 2 hours 15 minutes or so was, I thought, pretty good considering how thick and tall that stuff was. So all we've got to do is this last little part of the L section right here, and it's pretty short and it's not very wide, so I'm hoping that won't take but an hour and a half or so, and then we'll be out of here. So let's get it done. we be done with that section. So I got started at 9:35, it's 12:50, and that machine is dirty. But it only took, what, 3 hours and 20 minutes or so to do this whole job. And that includes the time of me setting up the GoPro. I brought out, so I got this thing last year. A client gave this to me, and somebody was asking me about it the other day, and I was like, you know, I'm going out to that job with that really tall brush. I'm gonna bring this really tall tripod, and it worked great today. This little leg system's kind of weird. Had to finagle with that for a minute, figure it out, but it worked great. Nice and high. I had it up about 6-7 feet up in the air, so hopefully the time lapse, you got some good footage for the time lapse off of that. Let's cut the GoPro off, but yeah, that worked pretty good. First time I've ever used it, so, but it definitely worked. Seemed like it was the tool for the job out here. I'll probably use it again tomorrow on that on the next lot we're gonna mow. So yeah, this looks good. Mega Mower went right through it. I love this thing. I'm gonna sharpen the blades tomorrow for the next job. It's all grass, and so it'll need some nice sharp blades, and we'll be off to the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm gonna get this bad boy cleaned up, cleaned off, loaded up, and we're out of here for the day. So I will check you guys tomorrow. Bye everybody.